Hello boys and girls, this story is about how Solomon becomes a king. King David was now an old man, and one day Adonijah, David's oldest son, started bragging, "I'm going to make myself king." Adonijah met with Joab, the general of the army, and Abiathar the priest, and asked him if they would help him become king. Both of them agreed to help. But Zadok the priest, Benaiah, Nathan the prophet, Shimei, Rhea, and David's bodyguards all refused. Adonijah lived with his brothers and David's officials from Judah, but he did not invite Nathan, Benaiah, David's bodyguards, or his own brother Solomon. When Nathan heard that it had happened, he asked Bathsheba, "Have you heard that Adonijah has made himself king? But David doesn't know a thing about it. You and your son Solomon will be killed unless you do what I tell you. Go say to David, you promised me that Solomon would be the next king. So why is Adonijah now king? While you are still talking to David, I'll come in and I'll tell him that everything you said is true." "What can I do for you?" David asked Bathsheba. Bathsheba answered, "Your Majesty, you promised me in the name of the Lord your God that my son Solomon would be the next king. But Adonijah has already made himself king." Just then Nathan the prophet arrived, and Nathan came in, and he bowed with his face to the ground and said, "Your Majesty, did you say that Adonijah would be king?" King David said, "The living Lord God of Israel has kept me safe, and so today I will keep the promise that I made to you in his name. Solomon will be the next king." King David said, "Zadok and Nathan will make Solomon the new king of Israel. Blow the trumpet and tell everybody to shout, 'Long live King Solomon!' Then bring him back here, and he will take my place as king. He is the one I have chosen to rule Israel and Judah." Zadok the priest brought some oil from the sacred tent and poured it on Solomon's head to show that he was now king. A trumpet was blown, and everybody shouted, "Long live King Solomon!" They made such a noise that the ground shook. Not long before David died, he told Solomon, "My son, I will soon die, as everyone must. But I want you to be strong and brave. Do what the Lord your God commands and follow his teachings. Obey everything written in the law of Moses. Then you will be a success, no matter what you do or where you go. You and your descendants must always faithfully obey the Lord. If you do, he will keep the promise he made to me that someone from our family will always be a king in Israel." Paul the Apostle later wrote, "We know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose." God is willing to keep his promise to you, as he did to King David. Wasn't that a great story, boys and girls? May the Lord bless you. Have you seen the video about Solomon's wisdom yet? It's worth a look.